Welcome back, Figs followers, and today it's time to play the game. We are looking at the Elite SummerSlam Triple H figure. Now, I recently picked this up at my most recent toy hunt at Smith's Toys, and it was down to just £10. So anytime an Elite is down to £10, it's an absolute bargain. And this is a really nice looking Triple H figure. It comes with a great head sculpt. Now, there is not a lot going on as far as the attire is concerned. It is just a man in pants, but it is still a very solid Triple H figure, and it comes with William Regal's legs. So it can't be bad. So let's jump on down to the desk cam and check this figure out. Back in 2002, Triple H took on a returning Shawn Michaels in an absolute classic. If you haven't already watched it, go ahead and do so because you will not be disappointed. Now, in this SummerSlam line, you have Triple H, of course. You have Charlotte Flair, Roman Reigns, and Shawn Michaels from that same match. If you collect all of these, then you'll also get enough parts to build that William Regal as well. So let's go ahead and crack this open and see what it's all about. Now, say what you want about Triple H, but I tell you what, he plays a fantastic heel. You can't do anything but hate him during this period, and that's exactly what you want from a heel. Sometimes nowadays, heels are a bit wishy-washy. Fans cheer them, whereas back in the day, they booed Triple H. But they didn't boo him because he was a bad performer. They booed him because he played that perfect heel character. Spoiler alert, straight out of the packaging, this figure looks really, really good, especially that face cam. We'll have a closer look at it in just a minute, but first impressions are really good, I must admit. There's William Regal's legs. We'll get back to those in just a moment. Let's see if we can get this figure out of the box. Does come with a pair of interchangeable hands. Doesn't look to be a great deal of difference between the two, but again, we'll look at those in just a moment. This is always a struggle trying to get these figures out. These little ties, you sort of just have to pull them with brute force and then hope you don't pull the leg off. But there we go, we've got him out of the packaging. Here he is, out of the box, Triple H from 2002. And my first impressions were not wrong. This is a solid Triple H figure. Now, I don't have any other Triple H's in the collection. I have had in the past, so I've got nothing to really compare it to. But looking at this figure up close, I don't know if you can get a better face scan than that. You can tell instantly that is Triple H, and it's so good. The trunks are classic Triple H trunks, which he wore actually several times. He didn't just wear them in the year 2002. So these were some trunks which he used numerous times. Very, very clean on the trunks. I tell you what, I absolutely love the tape on the fingers, and that's a great little attention to detail. And it also has ankle pivots, which was a surprise. I don't have any figures in the collection that have ankle pivots, so I actually thought I broke it originally. So that's quite cool. But yeah, it looks really good. Proportion-wise, I think it's fine. Triple H was huge at this point, so potentially he could be a little bit bigger. But this certainly does it justice. I wouldn't say it's small by any means, but he is looking a little bit bare. So let's bring over a WWE Championship and wrap it around his waist just to see what he looks like. Of course, he won this numerous times from the year 2000 onwards. Now, I always struggle with this. But not today. Today it went on straight away. Maybe I've been practicing. Who knows? But yeah, looks lovely. Looks really, really nice on Triple H. The head's a bit funny. It just seems to always flick back up. Now, early in the year 2002, Triple H was a good guy. He took on Chris Jericho and won the undisputed titles at WrestleMania. So it'd be rude not to bring in the World Heavyweight Championship. So when I think of the World Heavyweight Championship, a few names come to mind. Bill Goldberg being one of them. But Triple H is very high up on the list. He is synonymous for this belt because he held it quite a lot. And why not? Because he looks great wearing it, and the figure looks amazing with the title on it as well. Really finishes it off. I wish it would have come with it. I know he didn't win it at SummerSlam 2002, but it would have been nice to have an accessory like that. But it did come with the sledgehammer accessory, and this is just a standard sledgehammer. We've seen it a few times already before, but it looks like a sledgehammer. What more can you ask for, really? And it slides straight into the hands, so you don't have to prise the hands open or anything like that. It fits lovely. And actually, this is a really good way to pose him. There's loads of ways you could pose the Triple H figure. I think what I might do, though, is try and pose him with both the heavyweight belt and the WWE title together. I think that might be just quite a good look. So let's bring back in the WWE Championship and put them both over his shoulders. If you can avoid being blinded by the gold, you can see that this is a great look. Having both titles on him looks really nice, actually. Actually, this might be the way I'd pose him. There's so many ways you could pose him. But yeah, holding both belts there, that looks really, really good. And then again, that just is a throwback to when he won both at WrestleMania. So let's see what else this figure came with. And it, of course, came with William Regal's severed legs. Here we go. So these are just your traditional suited body legs. A little bit stiff in the knees, but I won't be collecting all the figures in this line, so I really will have no need for that. So sorry, William, I won't be building you, I'm afraid. What else do we have? We also have the 2 interchangeable hands, which are just fisted hands, but they do have the tape on the fingers as well. So as I said before, really good attention to detail. But I'm more than happy with the hands that are already on the figure. So let's see how he compares next to another figure. And of course, I'm using The Undertaker. Why wouldn't I? And yeah, I think it looks quite good. Triple H is about 6'3", Undertaker just under 7 foot. So I think it scales up really well. So I'm actually really finding it difficult to think of any negatives about this figure at all. I love it, actually. I think it's really, really, really good. Now, it's not an ultimate, so it's not going to come with 50,000 accessories. Would I have loved a water bottle, a T-shirt? Yes. But they're all things that can be added. But for £10 of what I paid, I still think this is an absolute steal. If you're like me and didn't have a Triple H figure in your collection, that's criminal, by the way. This is a great one to pick up. But if I had to be really critical, the only one thing is the head is a little bit bobbly. You just can't really look down. It's not loose by any means, but I'm not going to pose him looking down anyway, so it's not something that bothers me in the slightest. So, final thoughts from me. This figure gets a Figs Viz 9 out of 10. Now, if you've enjoyed this figure review, then it's time to play the next game. Head on over to the channel and check out my other figure reviews. Stay figure hunting.